is what you believe drives civilization to become better.
Wow. I think it's getting backwards. I think people are forgetting how much men have contributed to the whole society and the world as a
Yes.
whole.
Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about any of our leaders that helped us get to where we are today. All the hundreds of thousands of men, probably hundreds of millions of men that have just broke their motherfucking back to get us to where the fuck we're at. Just for all these bitches nowadays to talk shit on them. It's bullshit.
And yes, now women
No respect, man. It's biting the hand that feeds you. Look where we're going.
have the right.
We were taught that they weren't supposed to really be emotional. They were supposed to support us. So it's kind of like programming.
Isn't that defining what a man is?
I guess so.
Why do you think that men
Why are they laughing? Is it just because they think it's funny? They think it's funny that men have to go through these fucking problems and they never thought about it before, but it's still like, haha, that's so funny. Fuck them. Who cares? Men just need to toughen up. Ha ha ha.
men's mental health is in crisis?
Because of toxic masculinity.
Yeah, they're taught to be strong and not care about things, and so...
No. That's bullshit. We're fucked up because of motherfuckers like you that don't give the motherfucking the average guy the time of day. You only want the top of the top. And that's why y'all are gonna be lonely and you're gonna hate yourselves. And that's why we hate ourselves already. Not me per se, because I ain't never had a problem getting women. But the motherfuckers that I make these videos for, like, I mean, even motherfuckers that are just fed up with shit. Like, it's not. Men like me feel the same fucking way. They're tired of these women just thinking like everything's happy-go-lucky and it's our fault. No, it's y'all's fault for making an average man feel like shit, and it's y'all's fault that your ego is just to the fucking. Well, it's kind of our fault. Their ego's well, not our fault, but the simp's fault that their ego's to the fucking moon. Men need to stop complimenting these bitches. They need to stop riding their fucking pussy like they fucking a queen or a fucking goddess, you know. They're not. They're an average fucking woman. You're an average fucking man. It shouldn't be that hard for them two to get the fuck together, you know? That shit just so annoying to me.
You know,
Yeah, it's all toxic masculinity. They're taught to not think about stuff, and that if like they're not, men aren't
They're
introspective.
also not always
Oh
willing
my
to talk about it, though,
God.
even if they want to, and that's...
You want to know why? Because once we start speaking up, it's toxic masculinity. It's misogyny. It's you hate women. It's, oh, you're an incel. It's, oh, you must not get bitches. Oh, yeah, that's... The motherfuckers that don't get bitches are the ones that don't speak the fuck up because they're being simps to you little motherfuckers, man.
For some women, it can be like connecting, you know, like
Yeah,
you like
intimacy.
realize that they have like a soft side, and like we're into that sometimes, you know.
No, you're
Kind of
not. No, you're not. You like seeing that a man can be vulnerable to you. You don't like a soft man. You don't want a soft man. You want a man that can take care of you. But you want to feel like you can help out too sometimes, which is perfectly fine. And that's why some men, actually, I don't even want to say that because most men, when they hear that, they fucking take it and they run with the shit. You can't just cry all the time to your girl. You can't tell them about your problems because most of the time it's our job to fix the fucking problem. If not, they're just gonna move the fuck on and find someone that doesn't have problems, you know? They don't want a problematic life. They want a comfortable life. And everyone's life is just, everyone's preference on that is different.
Crying ever gotten a woman wet?
Exactly.
Not me. It's
Exactly.
not gotten me wet. Like I've
No,
been
but
concerned.
it makes me, you know, have a lot of empathy.
It makes me look down on you and be like, oh, come here, baby. Oh.
What is the difference between the
Bullshit.
masculinity that women find attractive versus toxic masculinity?
Exactly.
Masculinity where you find attractive is where you're not thinking about that actively as a man. When you can like,
So good, so good.
yeah, you know what?
You're just masculine naturally. Yes, you're not performing. You're not. Masculinity doesn't mean misogyny.
Why are some
I'm speechless on that.
people willing to accept
That the level of stupidity there just got.
that life isn't fair while other people want to change the world? To accept that life isn't fair while other people want to change the world.
I feel like people that feel like life isn't fair are people who can't acknowledge their own wrongs.
They're the people that listen to these women talk about. Show me your feelings. Be upset. No, it's fine to be upset. You don't worry. Everyone's upset. No, you gotta fix that shit.
I feel like it's
You gotta change that shit. You might not change the world, but you can change your world.
those people that's inexperienced with life and just need someone to blame. I read a really interesting book called The Four Agreements. It was about Tolmec knowledge, and it pretty much talked about how people's negative energy reflects on other people ultimately because of themselves. So I feel like life isn't fair. Life is what you make it, and just make it the
Yeah.
best. You know.
Yeah.
I unfortunately I grew up all in, I was homeless since I was 3 years old. So for me to
Damn,
be
man.
having an interview with a guy like you means a lot to me, and for me to never use my adolescence as an excuse,
Let it shape you.
it just answers the question. Sometimes we gotta step outside of ourselves, really look at ourselves and what we're in, and play chess.
Hell yeah, bro. That motherfucker, you can tell you got a head on his shoulders. You gotta let your life shape you, not make you. You can't let what happened to you before dictate the rest of your life. You take it and you run with it. You can't, yeah, man. Respect to that motherfucker, dog.
Why do people insist that things will never change when history has proven that things have already changed?
Ditto with that one, because
Yeah.
history, like I said, repeats itself. And even though certain things back in the day has changed, the common denominator is still there.
Why do so many people believe we're living in a male-dominated patriarchy if the standards and selectivity of women is what you believe drives civilization to become better?
Wow. I think it's getting backwards. I think people are forgetting how much men have contributed to the whole society and the world as a
Yes.
whole.
Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody gives a fuck about any of our leaders that helped us get to where we are today. All the hundreds of thousands of men, probably hundreds of millions of men that have just broke their motherfucking back to get us to where the fuck we're at. Just for all these bitches nowadays to talk shit on them. It's bullshit.
And yes, now women
No respect, man. It's biting the hand that feeds you. And look where we're going.
have the rights to build the whole society and the world as a whole. And yes, now women have the rights to basically play those parts like a man, but most of them don't choose to be that, and they like a man actually doing these kind of things.
Man's world, man. Women are trying to come up, but they don't want to do the jobs that we do.
Yeah.
They don't want to go to war.
They just want to rule. They just want to be leaders. Like, why? I asked my girl this, and she said if I had a chance to be president, I would be president. I looked at her like, what the fuck are you talking about? You have no idea what you even have to do to be president. Why would you want to be president? And she just wanted to argue with me about that shit, and it blew my mind that women don't even think about like the ups, and they only think about the ups and never think about the downs in that whole leadership shit. The fact that people are trying to kill you, the fact that you are making decisions that could ruin hundreds of thousands of fucking lives, all the stress that gets put on you. They don't understand that. They just see power, which is so little-minded.
Some of them do, very selective. They don't want to go to war. They don't want to be down in these sewers cleaning up.
No.
They don't want to be building these buildings and stuff like that. I mean, that's something they would rather.
Men don't want to do that shit either. We have to, though. We have to do that shit. And nobody wants to talk about that shit. Women just want to talk about, well, if I want to, then I can. We don't want to do it. We have to.
Do. But if that's the truth, if it's not a man's world, then they need to get down in the sewers and go do it.
I was
and watch productivity go to fuck down the drain too.
just saying, all this was built to have a woman have a really good time.
Yeah, literally.
It just used to be just a building, and a woman said, hey, I want to gamble with it too. I want to eat here too. I want to dance here too. And they just put everything in there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I don't know about the gambling shit, but yeah, if it wasn't built for a woman, it was built to impress a woman. And that's facts.
Women.
Nothing wrong with it either, but that's facts. That's it. Men are open-minded enough to fucking to admit that shit. Women will sit here and be like, no, you didn't. I do it for me. I do it for me. I do it for me. Which sounds selfish as fuck. It's so selfish.
Definitely inspire us to build.
Yeah, man. About time I finished that shit. If you stayed through all 3 parts, bump it. But with that being said, oh shit, like, comment, subscribe. Deuces.